Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to make a quick video on why you should grow your business as you earn business. So, one of the concepts that really made a lot of sense to me was the four worker quadrants in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. So, Robert Kiyosaki explains that there's four types of workers in any economy. So the first type of worker, you have an employee. Second, you have a self-employed worker or a small business owner. Third, you have a large business owner or business owner. And then fourth, you have an investor. So what did these four workers, quote unquote, in the economy, what do they each signify? Well, an employee is someone who works for a small business owner or a large business owner or an investor. A small business owner usually doesn't work for anyone else, works for himself and kind of runs a small operation, may only have a few employees. You can tell kind of what quadrant you're in or someone else is in based on the words that they use consistently. So, an employee versus a self-employed person or a small business owner, the words they use are different. So an employee would say something like he's looking for he or she is looking for a safe, secure job with benefits, whereas a small business owner would not be using words like that. They're not necessarily concerned about safety and security and guaranteed pay and benefits. What a small business owner is more concerned with is getting compensated for hard work, right? So a small business owner, a lot of salespeople fit within this quadrant, will use words like, I'm paid, you have to pay me per hour, or you have to pay me for the project, or you have to pay me a percentage, a commission. These are the words that are commonly used by people who are within the small business owner mentality. And then the difference between, this side of the quadrant, so you have a employee and a small business owner, and then on the other side of the quadrant, you have a business owner and a large business owner, and then you have a investor. So you have employee, small business owner. Employee is E, small business owner is an S. And then on the other side of the quadrant, you have a large business owner or a B, and then an investor or an I. So on the other side of the quadrant with the B's and the I's, the business owners and the investors, there's a different way of thinking, right? And both of these business owners think in terms of systems, right? So the large business owner creates systems that multiply the efforts of employees, and an investor creates systems that multiply the efforts of their money in terms of where it's invested. So I started off this video by saying, grow your business as you earn business. And the reason why is because all of the majority of people in the world are on this side of the quadrant, right? They are small, they either have a small business owner mentality or an employee mentality. And the key difference between an employee, a small business owner, and then the large business owner and the investor is the large business owner and investor is able to earn business as they grow their business, right? Whereas the small business owner and the employee will always stay trapped at a certain size. They'll usually won't grow past a certain revenue number per year. And the main reason for that is they never put in the thoughts, the time, the reading, the education, the efforts necessary to grow their business. They just spend all their time earning business, just earning business. And, if you or I want to become more of a large, more of a large business owner or an investor, then we have to grow our business. So we have to actually put time towards growing our business as we earn business. And then what's that going to do for us? Well, eventually, over time, it's going to allow us to bring on an additional employee, right? Because your time management changes when you go from being a small business owner to having the mentality of a large business owner. So like an example of this is, right now I work in sales. I'm a very successful sales rep, as you guys know. And it didn't come easy. It came from a lot of training and a lot of, higher level thinking like this. And the reason that, I put in this thinking is because I immediately noticed when I got into sales that if I don't scale my business, I'm never going to grow. I'm never going to grow my business, and I'm just going to continue working for the sale or working for the paycheck or whatever. When, I could have someone else work for that paycheck and pay them pretty well for doing it. So, one of my first experiments after I learned how to set appointments and do presentations and close deals was to outsource my prep, right? So my preparation for appointments. So I started dedicating, and it was really hard in the beginning to veer away from just producing results all day. And to start actually working towards training someone to create my PowerPoint preps, right? So I put together a template for how I wanted my PowerPoint preps to be. PowerPoint prep, is basically just what I present to my client with data, screenshots, information on, different aspects of their marketing. And it allows me to communicate with clear data, so I'm able to show them specifically why the recommendation I'm making for them is what it is. So that's why I use prep. And my time management changed, right? If you really look at where I was spending my time during my day, it went from, cold calling, setting appointments, on the phone, follow up, doing meetings, preparing for those meetings. And then it changed once I decided to bring on an assistant to do my preps, right? And it started going to interviewing, training, hiring, firing, right? Same thing happened when I hired my first list builder to build Excel spreadsheet lists for me to call. The time management changed, right? The time management changed. It went from building those lists and wasting hours and hours and hours of copying and pasting information from Google Plus, LinkedIn, getting decision makers' names and numbers and things that I'm not naturally, good at, wasting time doing that, wasting my full potential because I'm not doing what I'm great at, which is being a sales athlete. And then it went to, again, interviewing, hiring, firing, creating processes that, my new employees could follow with little to no management. And then now that it's set up, now that I have a list builder that I can say, hey, boom, make this list, da-da-da, da-da-da, and we work together as a team. It's not like I'm just some dictator telling them what to do. It is all that work that I put in the beginning when I was interviewing, hiring, training, creating processes. That was an investment that now allowed me to scale my business. So now my production has went up because I have someone building my lists. I have someone doing my presentation prep, and then that frees me up for more presentation time, more face-to-face customer time, which is what's most important. So, you know, and this can be used in really multiple facets of your, and anyone's job. You can find a way to build a team around what you do and be compliant with your company's rules and regulations. You know, and that's it. It's a clear example of growing your business as you are earning business. So you can never, the key here, and I'll finish on this, is no matter how much you're focusing on the strategy of growing your business, training, creating processes, you still have to produce until that's set up. So don't be impatient, you know, have a long-term view as to what it's really going to take to filter through this process and make it work well for whatever area that you want to grow and earn business in, and just make the commitment to build those processes, and then allow it to take as much time as it needs to take for the process to be set up. All right, so I hope that was helpful, guys. You know, earn business, but then also grow your business, because, you know, growth is life, and you know, staying flat, that's death, right? Flatlining. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful for you guys. Come on, earn business as you grow your business. All right, bye.